welcome to the Mums on Cloud9 podcast. I'm Heather Black.
I'm Lynn Constantine.
And I'm Kelly Jace Halls.
We are your podcast co-hosts from the Supermums team, and we launched the Mums on Cloud9 podcast to be your go-to destination for inspiring content to help you carve out a career and life that you love.
Each week, we will share expert advice, personal stories and practical tips across a range of topics from health and mindset to money and career growth.
So make sure you check out our website, www.mumsoncloud9.co.uk, and subscribe for weekly tips to elevate your mindset.
Today, I'm delighted to have Florencia with us, who is the COO of CloudGaia, and she's going to be sharing her story about how she's balanced her career ambitions with also juggling things, looking after her kids, and how to have that balance as a boss. So, Florencia, welcome to the show. Do you just want to tell people a little bit more about yourself, your background, and what it is that you do?
Of course, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Florencia, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. I'm 37 years old, born and raised in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And almost 2 years ago, I did a big move to Spain. And since I was a little kid, I had a deep passion for computers and all the magic that they do and everything, the incredible things that they can do. So when the time came to choose a career path, for me, there was no question, and I pursued computer engineering. And after graduating, I started my career as a technical consultant at Oracle, mostly focusing integrations and middleware parts, the development of that connections. And a few years later, I realized that I wanted to complement my skill set. So I enrolled in a master's degree focused in economics and finance, just to have a wider vision of the business, right? And to complement my technical knowledge. And in 2016, I made the decision to leave Oracle and join the Walt Disney Company. And around the same time, I got married to my partner, Pablo. And at Disney, I quickly realized that I missed that fast-moving, always changing world of consultancy, like being part of a team that transforms how clients operate, learning new technologies and diving into different industries. For me, it's amazing. So I decided to go back to Oracle at that time.
Okay.
But just a few months later, I had an exciting opportunity to join CloudGaia and to dive into the Salesforce ecosystem. For me, that was a big move because I was about to join a smaller company and I have to learn new technologies. So it was a challenge, but I embraced it and took on the opportunity.
Amazing.
Well done.
Thank you. And then in 2019, when MuleSoft was acquired by Salesforce, my passion for middleware and integrations led me to build a business case to introduce MuleSoft services into CloudGaia's offerings. And at the same time, I was expecting my first baby, Beltran.
Wow.
So everything together. You can plan, but the plan doesn't go always as you think.
Brilliant.
So, spoiler alert, the MuleSoft practice was successfully established and remains nowadays part of CloudGaia's offering. So I'm really proud of that.
You should be.
And it's like my other baby, my work baby and my real baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's important. I feel like that about Supermums because I started Supermums when Annabelle was just 6 weeks old. I started forming that. So it's good. I think it's where we have those happy hormones. Like it's a good time to do things.
I don't know. For some reason, it happens together. So
So the MuleSoft practice is about 5 years old as well, right?
yes, it has the same age. So
Oh, I've got that too.
So how do you go about juggling with your motherhood and your job role? How does that work? How does that look?
this has been definitely the most rewarding challenges that I ever faced. Like becoming a mother reshaped the way I lead. I think it helped me develop a deeper sense of empathy and the ability to prioritize what truly matters and the resilience to stay focused under pressure. My son was born during the COVID pandemic, let's say, maybe a few months late before, but I had to learn how to work from home while I was trying to raise a 5-month-old kid. And at that time, both my husband and I were working remotely and full time. I won't recommend that experience.
No.
It was like a
In some ways you
survival
think it would
one.
make it, you think in some ways it would make it easier though, right? If you're working at home with a baby. So why? Yeah. How was that a challenge for you? Would you rather be out of the house and sort of keep the two things divided?
I think, well, when everything came on on the normal pace, let's say, after the pandemic, we had to go back to the office, and I really missed my baby because
Okay.
I was so close to him that I felt that I was like abandoned him. But in some, oh yes, it's, well, motherhood. It's not always easy, but I think it's good to have a balance, right? You have to have your own spaces, your own times, just to be like you and your professional version, and then you in your motherhood, and then you have to split the time between both parts. And maybe the toughest part is when you have to work to travel for work. Maybe the 2 last years were really full of traveling for me, and it was hard because I have to leave my son behind for several weeks, right? So
That is
it's
hard.
it's never easy to be away from him. And I remember last year when he has the first day of school, and I had to get into a meeting to a customer in the US. So I remember being at Paris airport during the stop, trying to walk him school through FaceTime.
Wow.
So you have to make choices, and you have to, yes, you have to try to be present in the ways that you can. It's not enough to be on FaceTime, but it's better to be there than not to be there.
Yeah, it's a real
So
juggle, I'm sure.
yes, but I've learned to find a balance between the moments that I have at home, being present, setting clear boundaries, and making the most of my time with him. For me, it's not about choosing one over the other. I'm showing my son that you can do both,
Good
be a
for you.
dedicated mother and a professional. And it's a challenge, yes, but I want him to see that with effort, dedication, and hard work, everything is possible. So I'm teaching him.
Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reality is, as parents, we have to earn money and work to put a roof over their heads. And it's that balance, isn't it? I think I really liked what you said about making sure you're present and dividing the time. Like when you're at home with the kids, you're there. And actually, I think, we champion flexibility at Super Mums, but the flexibility, we've certainly had mums like you that like, I want to be in the office because that creates this different sort of persona for themselves. They can focus, they can be the career woman. And then they come home, put their slacks on and their joggers, take their makeup off, and they're like, right, I'm the mum. And actually, sometimes when you've got your office at home, you never quite switch off from it because it's too easy. So I think it's different things for different people, but I think it's really interesting to hear your perspective and what helps you sort of compartmentalize things, I suppose.
Yeah. And I guess it's about the time, working your time for both. It must be difficult, of course, but I think as you think to yourself, is it more chaotic in the boardroom or the mornings getting your son ready for school? So I suppose it's about finding time for everything, isn't it?
Yes, for me, it's a constant balancing act that requires a lot of intentionality. And the key is to be able to prioritize, understand that you cannot do everything at once. So you have to focus on what will have the most impact in both career and personal life. And the big challenge for me is managing teams around the world with time zone difference up to maybe 7 hours, in some cases. So flexibility is crucial. If I'm not adaptable, it will be impossible for me to manage all the moving parts. So I make sure to set clear boundaries between work and personal life, but also adjust my schedule to accommodate the team needs, which can be unpredictable as well. So
Of course.
yeah. And it's
Life
really
is
important.
unpredictable.
Life is unpredictable.
Yeah.
Kids are unpredictable. You cannot just, they are sick and you have to change your whole schedule because you have to take care of them the full day. So yes, you have to be really flexible and adapt on the challenges that comes and rely on your support system. You have to build some networks and you have to ask for help when you cannot do anything. So And of course, it's about making choices, right? You have to choose where to focus in the different aspects.
Loads of questions popping up for me, but I feel like I'm gonna ask a loaded question now with like 3 different things part of it. So talk to us about, for people who want to learn more about what your role is and whether they think it would suit them, talk to us about the COO role. And then just if you can expand upon that, how do you make that work for yourself? How does the company support working parents? How do you make it flexible? I think it's really interesting that you said about, managing people with different time zones. And something that I've always been interested in is with even our team at Supermums and our Supermums that go through our program end up in different companies. They might work flexible hours, evening and night, right? So how do you manage that balance in any company, whether it's in the same country or multiple countries, where you're feeling like you've not got to get back to people at all hours of the day? How do you box off notifications and time, whether it's WhatsApp or emails, and allow that a balance between I'm actually at home now and I'm going to switch off and nobody's expecting you to get back to them? Like, talk to us about your job and how it plays out and all those things in between.
I won't lie to you. I try to be available as much as I can, and the cell phone is like, it's helping us being available, and it's also helping us not being 100% focused on where you are. So it's like an internal fight that I am fighting with myself, because I want to be with my kid, but I also have some notifications. So I try to read them and say, okay, it's not urgent. I can take them after, or sorry, I have to just reply to this message. And he's living with that. I'm living with that. It's not the perfect scenario, but I try to be there for both, for my teams and for my kid. It's a very supportive organization, and we do believe in flexibility, and because it comes with also responsibility and the liberty to choose, and common sense. You know where you have to be, when you have to be there, and how to prioritize. And we believe that the people is committed to give 100% on the job, and when they need some time off or when they need to be present at their personal life, it's just a matter of communicating right to the team so we can support each other and the people can be present with their families as well.
That's really
So,
important, isn't it?
yeah. Yes, and for me, my team knows that when I put in my schedule Beltran, it's something that they cannot overlap with another meeting, because for me that's the time where I will be with my kid, maybe at school or at a birthday party, because I'm the one who takes him to the birthday parties. That's the arrangement that we have with my partner. He takes it to school, to sports and that kind of stuff, and I am the one who takes him to the birthday parties. So while maybe we have 2 hours at the afternoon in a birthday party, and that day I will work until, I don't know, 9 or 11 p.m. just to compensate the time that I was away. So I will be present for my team, but they know that during that period of time, I will be focused on my child.
I think it's so important, isn't it, that you can manage, like you say, with your partner, that you're splitting the time and the responsibilities. I mean, that's so important, isn't it?
It is, and for me, it wasn't planned. When we moved to Spain, in Argentina we both worked full time, and when we moved to Spain, I am the one who works full time, and my husband stays at home and do all the home stuff. But it's something that it is like this. We didn't plan it. It is what it worked.
You never plan it, do you?
No, or maybe you plan it and you have to do the plan B, C, or D because things are changing. Will this be like this forever? I don't think so. I think that he will be back in his professional life, and I will have to learn how to put some boundaries, and I have to take care of some things that today I delegate to him. But today is like a balancing act between two. We support each other, and we know that whenever it won't work, we will change it, because we want to keep the family together, and we are together in this. So we are a team.
Really good. Do you ever feel that you're giving too much to one and not enough to the other? Is that, I mean, obviously everything's a balancing juggling act, isn't it?
Of course, I will be lying if I will say that I consider myself the best mom ever. No, I don't. And I am always asking myself, I am doing
I
it
think you're the
right.
best mum. You are the best.
Yeah,
mum.
definitely.
Yeah,
We
don't be
think you
hard on
are.
yourself. We had a podcast about negative and
We
positive
did.
self-talk. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go and speak to her.
We need to start working on this.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, how do you play that out for yourself? Obviously, if you think, oh, I'm not doing everything I should be, what are the things that you should think you can focus on?
For me, it's like I said, it's not choosing one over the other. I spend my whole life studying, preparing for this, and I am an ambitious person. I won't be happy if I will be like a full mom and living my professional career. So I'm just trying to be. I try to lead by example with my teams and with my son, and I'm trying to do the same. To say, okay, you are a person, you're a complete person. You are not only a mother or you are not only a professional. You are a person that combines both. So you have to forgive yourself a bit as well and not be so rude. And always pushing you to be better, of course, but be always nice, because what we do nowadays, it's really hard. It's not easy to combine both professional and personal life. And I think technology now, it's really competitive and it's changing a lot. So we have also to be there, learning new technologies, studying, being able to be present with the teams, being able to be present with the customers, and being able to be present with your family. So it's not an easy part.
I think for sure you are living proof that it's possible to do both, for sure. You're doing a great job. Don't ever let anyone make you feel different.
Yeah, and I think the thing, the reality is, if you're the main breadwinner, right? I love this role reversal of what would be the traditional approach of what the men work full time and the stay-at-home mum, right? A lot of female leaders that I've met, that has been the balance where they're the ones leading, and we shouldn't feel guilty about that. It's just the roles reversal, right? And we play it out. If a man goes to work and brings the home, you're feeding the family, you're putting a roof over people's heads. All of those things are so incredibly important because that's what makes you the mother, right? You're being the best mother because you're providing all of that stuff for your family. And that's the way that a man's always thought about it, and then you're making the time to do the birthday parties and things like that as well. So it's interesting, isn't it, how we can hold as a woman, we can feel a little bit guilt around this stuff.
Yes, for society, it's still weird, this model of family. But I am seeing this like we are a team. I'm not saying like I am the provider and you are the supporter and this will be like this. This is a team and this is what is working right now. Will this work in 2 years? We don't know. Will this work tomorrow? We don't know. But today it works and we are happy like that. And our son is raising. I feel that he's raising really good and happy, and we are expecting our second child now. So we are building our family.
Congratulations.
Thank you, based on our own experience, and it is not one size fits all. So I know that
to be, for sure. It's the best way
Yeah.
to look at things, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're expecting a second child, but obviously the journey with CloudGaia, you obviously do everything at once, right? I mean, I've been really inspired by CloudGaia, and obviously we're a sponsor of Super Mums. I'm incredibly thankful to have you on board, and obviously recognise the importance of equality. But your company has been on this incredible journey where you've grown. You've obviously gone to Spain. You're managing it. Like, what's your ambitions as a company and for your career going forward? What does that look like?
Well, one of the biggest challenges that we are navigating now, it's the rapid growth of CloudGaia. Last year, Salesforce Venture invested in the company, and that is accelerating our expansion even more. So we are living like the same. I feeling like we are repeating the creation of Muse of Practice and my first baby. Now we are expanding even more close to the boundaries, and I am expecting my second one.
No.
So it's excited. for sometimes I forget that I have a child on board, because I'm really focused on what we need to achieve as a business, and the team constantly say, okay, but you have a hard stop on August, and I said, okay, we have a long way to August, so let's keep on doing.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not
worry.
conscious.
Oh.
I'm not conscious that I will have to stop in a couple of months. But CloudGaia, it's amazing company, and participating in the growth and in the creation of this, for me, it's really good. It's really challenging. I had the chance to experience different roles within CloudGaia. After building the mules of practice, I deep dive into different areas of the company, like sales, pre-sales, or marketing, trying to position that offering to the market. So I learned a lot about the whole process and the whole business, and that pushed me to get another different role, and I became the chief of strategy for a year and a half or something like that, where I had the chance to streamline some processes and build the go-to-market and plan this expansion. And after that experience, which for me was really good, I came back to operations, and this time as a COO. That was at the end of 2022. And while I was leading operations, I had the chance to again streamline some processes. We implement a PSI tool to improve our efficiency and our KPIs indicator and our tracking on the business. And I focus a lot on developing talent and having some frameworks to build seniorities maybe, and feedback and performance. So we're just focusing on growing the business while taking care of the people. It's amazing, and CloudGaia gives a lot of opportunities for the people to grow. So I'm really happy to be part of a company like this.
And what's nice is actually that you're looking after your family at work. Like your roles now are not necessarily customer facing as such, are they? But you're looking after your team in CloudGaia is your family at work, and you've got obviously your family at home. So that's why you've probably got this connection of like, oh, they need me, I need to help them. It's like that's probably
It's almost parallels as well, isn't it?
so you don't want to. I probably feel like about us, Lynn, when we're working together. It's like, oh, I've got to get back to them. They're okay. And I think that that's the difference about work when you live and breathe it and the values that you love. Is it's not like, oh, it's a chore. Oh my God, what do they want? And it's obviously important to have your downtime, but it feels to me as a COO role, you're looking after your family, right?
I'm really proud of the team, to be honest. I think that we have amazing people working in CloudGaia for us, and that is reflected on the CSAT that we have, which is quietly high, and the feedback that the customers give us, and the way that we are expanding, right? We are consolidating us in the different regions, and yes, and the feeling that you have when you work with the teams, it's really good. The energy, the commitment. We know that we have a lot of challenges. We have big customers with big challenges and tight schedules, the consultancy work, but the people really work together. We build amazing teams, and they are committed all to get into a goal. So the atmosphere is really nice.
That's so important, isn't it? Because if you've got a really good team behind you, it allows you to be able to live this double life, doesn't it? Because it almost becomes one, because you've got your family at home and your family at work. So I think having a strong team behind you is so important, isn't it?
I do believe that we don't need any hero. We need supportive teams. So I worked for building that. I want people to help each other. I want people to support each other, and I want people to help each other grow.
Yeah. And I think that's why it's important to have that equality and diversity in the leadership team, because you bring all those different facets to it. And obviously, what you feel is important and the way you live your life, other people will reflect that in the team as well.
Of course, diversity it's really important, and it enriches the teams. Being a woman in technology, it's still difficult and it's not so common. So I try to participate in every initiative where I can just encourage girls to to study these technical careers and to demonstrate that we can do it. It's not easy, but we can do it. And also working with people with different cultures. We are present in 10 countries, so we learn a lot of how the cultures are and what the people expect and how to communicate. To maybe we speak the same language, but it's not really the same one. So yes, this has been an amazing experience.
Really interesting. I love going back to the very beginning. You said you learned about computers at an early age and were into them. I mean, that isn't when we talk about getting women to tech. It's like encouraging women to get into STEM is why we do these podcasts, because not everybody has that same insight or kind of experience that you had when you were younger. And so we're kind of obviously trying to do that now. So like you say, it's really important, and really appreciate your support for kind of being a role model, sharing about your experience, sharing about the different roles and opportunities as well. Like you say, we've got to raise awareness of it and get more women into tech for sure.
Yeah, we speak to people every day that have, not like yourself, they have no tech experience and they still want to get into tech and do something different. I'd just be interested, actually, what sort of advice would you give to mums that want to go into leadership roles to feel that they don't have to choose between a family and a career?
That's a nice question. I'm going to say that the first thing that you need to do is to be flexible and to understand that you have to prioritize, because you cannot do everything at the same time. So you will need to be focused on what really matters. And as we were talking, life with kids, it's unpredictable. So we need to learn to roll with the punches. And yes, and asking for help, having a partner or having somebody really close to you that you trust, and you can ask for help when you see that you need a hand. You have to build a support system. It's key, both in work and in your personal life, because you can do everything at the same time. And it's essential also to have some space for yourself, right? Because if not, all your energy will be drained and you cannot continue like that. So maybe it hasn't to be like a trip or something like that. If you can do it, perfect, and it will be amazing. But maybe sometime during the day, for, I don't know, for studying something, for taking a reading, or for watching TV or whatever that connects with you before your motherhood, maybe, or with the person that you still are, because you're not only a mother, you are still the person that you used to be. So and understanding that it's possible to have a successful professional life and a dedicated parent at the same time. It's not a matter of choosing, it's a matter of determination. It's a lot of effort, of course, but you will find the balance. If that is what you want to do, you will do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what you've just said there, it's 3 hats, isn't it? You're wearing the mum hat, the COO hat, and also you've got the I'm me hat, which is important. And you have to make time for that third one as well, I think.
I love those tips, thank you. And it's everything what we talk about Mums on Cloud 9. We talk about the ambitious women mindset, and actually all those tips you've just shared just align perfectly with the ambitious women mindset, and we champion that on our website and have like a free download and tool all around those key elements of it. So it's been lovely to chat to you today, Florencia. Thank you for sparing some of your time. You say giving back and volunteering is part of parcel that obviously lights your fire. So it's been lovely to chat to you. If people want to learn more about you, you can check out the show notes, and that will give a link to the website and to Florencia's LinkedIn profile. And obviously feel free to reach out to her. But thank you, Florencia, and best of luck with the new baby when it comes along.
Thank you so much for having me. Balancing motherhood and leadership role isn't easy, but it's possible and worthy. And I hope this inspires others to keep growing without feeling that they have to choose one path over the other. Thank you so much.
I loved your story. Thank you, Florencia. Thank you.